Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and my name is Joyful Rogue, and this is Game 3 between Zegai and Prozac, both players playing amazingly, taking one game each. Now, this is a best of 5, so whoever wins this game will still need to win another one to take the series and take hundreds of dollars with him. We haven't seen any crossbowmen played yet in this series now that Zegai is the starting player and he's got a crossbowman in his starting hand. He decides that it's worth it to play it. Let's see what Prozac responds with. It's a pother, which doesn't accomplish anything pretty much. I always say that it's pretty rude to pother units around for no reason, but he just wanted to draw a card. Now Zegai can play an infantryman and a skirmisher. He has an early rush kind of starting hand, while Prozac will be probably going to the mid-game with the card advantage, will be probably the one to play Imperial Resources first, and if Prozac can defend this rush from Zegai, he will be in a great shape, but if Zegai can deal damage, if Zegai can kill the middle idol, then he could be in a good shape for the mid-game and the late game. But he needs to do damage with this rush, otherwise he's gonna be out of cards really fast. He's gonna play the skirmisher this turn, there's no reason not to, and then he's got transposition next turn, which is an amazing card, which is exactly what he needs, because next turn this crossbowman that is about to attack could move to any square of the map, attack any position. Anything that Prozac brings to the field can be killed with this crossbowman, but Prozac doesn't play anything. He's just gonna eat the damage onto his idol. He doesn't even care. Or maybe he just couldn't play anything. We don't know, because Prozac's replays are not here. He is the mystery man of this series. Now the transposition is probably gonna get used just to draw a card, and maybe then Zegai will be able to play something else this turn. He decides to actually sacrifice the... Wow, he sacrificed the Vanguard, and he played nothing this turn. He just goes up in resources and keeps the transposition. Interesting decision. I think it's a pretty risky decision. He is banking on the fact that he will draw something good from the top of his deck. If he doesn't, he could slow down significantly, allowing Prozac to catch up. Luckily for him, he draws a Ducal Spearman, which is just as good as anything he could hope for. He sacrifices for cards though. He wants something else, it seems. Maybe he wanted something that deals more damage. Maybe he wanted some spells to be able to deal with Prozac's Spearman. In any case, now the Spearman, the Royal Spearman, is the only thing he can play. And he's probably going to be ignoring Prozac's own Spearman until he can shoot him to death with his crossbowman for free without taking the spiky damage. Zegai chooses to play the Royal Spearman in front of the Ducal of Prozac, so the players are gonna be going aggressive against each other. If Zegai played this Royal Spearman down, that would mean he was gonna rush for idols, but this means he is open to a confrontation. He is probably gonna be transpositioning next turn to kill the Spearman. He may even transposition Pother if he top decks it to kill the Vanguard. He's playing Knight so far, and he's still keeping this transposition in hand. So he really wants to snipe a unit with this crossbowman. He's really hanging on to this transposition. Now Prozac played Pother, and he was maybe hoping to actually snipe this crossbowman. If this crossbowman went up, we don't know what could happen. Maybe Prozac had an infantryman in his hand, buffing this Spearman's attack. Maybe he had focus. Maybe he wanted to kill him. Maybe it wasn't an assassination attempt. Maybe he just wanted to push him back so that the crossbowman cannot kill anyone in case of Pother. But Pother is not what the guy has right now. It's transposition. And he's actually going to be transpositioning the skirmisher, not the crossbowman. He has a good reason for that. The skirmisher can be focused to actually... But no, the crossbowman could also be focused. Interesting. I suppose he wanted the crossbowman to deal perfectly 5 damage to the middle idol, and now the damage perfectly lines up to kill the Vanguard, kill the middle idol, and even damage the skirmisher a little bit. Prozac is in a really hard spot here. This rush from Zegai worked beautifully. Prozac had a really slow starting hand, and he could not do anything about that crossbowman. He couldn't do anything about the infantryman and the skirmisher that came after. He had nothing until turn 4, and then he had a spearman that didn't deal any damage. So this really slow hand from Prozac couldn't do anything, and now he lost his middle idol. He is slightly ahead in cards, but he has difficulty keeping anything on the board. Zegai plays another crossbowman just as a meat shield. Oh no, never mind. He plays a speed on this guy to completely clean up the board. Looks like this is gonna be an easy win. I mean, not easy, but a quick win for Zegai. This rush with crossbowman worked out beautifully for him. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice he had speed in his hand as well. That was such a power move. He cleaned up the board, he killed the middle idol. Prozac doesn't see a way to come back from this situation, so he says GG, and he is gonna be forced to win 2 games in a row against the guy right now, as this is 2-1 for the guy. We are gonna be at the match point in the next game, so this could be one more game for this finals, and this tournament could be over. Oh my gosh, could this be it? Could Zegai just take the next game and win the whole series? Or could Prozac come back, play 2 games in a row victorious? Damn, these players are tough. Both of them are really strong, really powerful plays from both sides. Zegai knew exactly what to do with that transposition. He held on to it until it was time to clean up Prozac's side of the board completely, taking apart everything that Prozac had.